2005, I think was the one.
Yeah. Yeah, we got there eventually.
That was loud, whatever that clicking was.
That was loud.
Yep, that. You hear that?
This? Oh, that's my keyboard.
Okay, if you look on Discord, you light up green when your microphone is active. So just if you see the green light up and you're not talking, that's your cue.
I can do it. I can do it quietly, but if I actually just type how I normally type, then it comes through.
So if it's green, everyone can hear you.
Let me see here. Hold on. Here's me just typing.
Oh yeah. I don't just hear your keys. I hear like an echoing, like a thumping.
Use your phone.
Your fingers are too buzzed.
I use my phone to search while we're on the pod. It's a lot easier.
Yeah. I'm just bringing up the doc, and then
I have like the doc up.
The IMDb.
Yep, and then I can scroll, and then I have my phone for any like quick searching. It's only our 15th episode this season. No big deal. My camera look out of focus.
One of these days we'll figure it out.
No, we won't. The day we get a sponsor. The day we get a sponsor, we'll not figure it out.
And we'll start breaking into seasons.
Yeah. What did you say about Podcast Master?
I asked if you'd watch Taskmaster.
Not yet. That's the second episode. I haven't watched it yet.
No, not the second. Even the first episode.
First episode I watched. I liked it a lot.
They just reminded me like, they're doing some busting Jason Mantzoukas' balls about being American, and he said something about the first season. He goes,
"Oh yeah,
series, Jason."
By the way, it's series.
That was good. Those British. Whatever. We drink your tea.
Them Brits.
I started drinking matcha with adaptogens. Pretty good.
A guy like me simply doesn't adapt.
Hey everybody.
You need adaptogens.
Just gonna let
You
that
can leave it in that. That's why you need adaptogens with your hey everybody. It's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna go again. Hey everybody.
Adaptogens.
Hey everybody. Go ahead, do it again.
Sponsored by.
Sponsored by adaptogens.
Want your brain to work like ours? Take adaptogens.
What?
Huh?
Oh.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rum and Cinema. Today, we're taking a look at The Luckiest Man in America. Now available on demand and maybe in theaters still. I think I saw a place where it was still playing. But yeah, on demand. Today, joined by my guests, Nate and Jake. Hey Jake, what do you want to say?
I was gonna say, will it still be in theaters by the time this episode gets released?
I'm editing it after we're done. That's why I wanted to start earlier. Because I was like, I'll edit it right away. And I'll queue it up. And it's going to come out next week. Because I'm going to put out Heretic on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Rush bed.
No, because I want to edit tonight before I go to bed.
Okay.
Because I just want it to be done. So that way I can like focus on producing the next episode. So we don't have another movie draft.
We don't have a movie draft this time.
No, we don't. We have a game very similar to one we played before. That involves no prep work. That's the name of the game.
A real producer would have set up a Press Your Luck style game.
I thought about it.
With buttons.
I thought about it.
And you're like, I'm not dealing with fucking buttons.
Yeah, it was 3:30 and my son was yelling. I was like,
you Googled Press Your Luck online game and nothing came up.
Yep. I didn't do that. I just put in ChatGPT.
Like, give him a tablet.
We do. Hey, Sing 2's on. Quiet down. I have seen Sing and Sing 2 and Coco and Encanto and Zootopia about 48 times in the last 4 months.
Some of those are good.
Is it just a one a day?
Oh, no. It'll be one for a little bit. And then, oh, no, switch to the next one. He knows more in sign language is this. But he does that for anything now instead of like, he'll do like different and stuff too. So he'll just be like, we'll be like watching a show and he'll look at us and be like, more? Different?
Oh, so he wants you to change the channel?
Yeah. So we change it to a movie and then like 20 minutes in, he'll just look back. Or he'll just be like watching the movie.
You've seen like parts of all of those movies.
No, he watches it all the way through a lot of the times. But I've seen parts, yes, because I'm obviously working hard and parenting. So Jake, how you doing?
Doing great. Watched this movie, and it was a pleasant movie.
Yeah.
And kind of strangely short.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't get a lot of movies clocking in at around 90 minutes anymore. So
94.
Oh,
Yeah.
literal. Oh, I was gonna say a tight 90.
94.
My
I think
my YouTube was 90 minutes long. That's
I thought it was 92.
it might be with credits 94. We're all looking at IMDb. We heard that click.
IMDb says 1 hour 31 minutes.
91. All right.
Doesn't quite qualify for a tight 90.
Oof. Yeah, if you skip the first minute, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, Jake. Nate, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I was able to squeeze the movie in between work and the podcast.
Nice.
Easy peasy. I didn't think it was even weirdly short. I think it was just right. Like, it's not. What else could they have done?
Yeah, exactly.
They told the story. It was good.
I'm not saying it's weird that they told the story in 90. I'm saying we don't see a lot of 90-minute movies anymore.
That's true.
Yeah,
they would have usually tried to stretch it to like 2 hours or something, or add a third act that didn't
90
actually.
minutes,
Yeah.
or
make it a trilogy.
Blockbuster.
Yeah. So the movie we're talking about today is The Luckiest Man in America, based on a true story of a 1984 episode of Press Your Luck. Press Your Luck is a game show where they have like dollar amounts, trips, and then this whammy that you can hit, and the whammy takes your money away. So they have like a trivia round, and then they do the spinny thing, and then you have to like slam the button and stop, and whatever stops on that's how much money you have.
Are you guys at the point where you hear a date for something and it makes you want to kill yourself?
No, I think
it was set in like the late 60s.
I still think like 1984, and I'm like
1984.
84 still feels like 20 years ago to me because I'm still like
exactly
2000 in my head.
1984, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
40 years ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it's about Michael Larson, played by one of my favorites, Paul Walter Hauser, who is unbelievable in this role. He's so good. No?
I'm okay. Here's my thing.
Oh.
One, I cannot stop thinking he's Zach Galifianakis.
Stop. Nothing against
And
Zach
two,
Galifianakis, but stop.
I know him from Cobra Kai.
Oh.
And I hate his character in Cobra Kai.
Is he a bad guy?
No, he's just like a...
He's a sucky guy.
Yeah, he's like an adult moron.
That's perfect.
I hate that cast. I hate that typecast.
What about Eastbound and Down? Have you ever watched that?
Eastbound and Down. No.
Oh, Kenny Powers.
I've only seen the Archer season based off of it.
Okay. You should watch.
They did not have a direct translation.
You would not like Kenny Powers or any Danny McBride character in any of his shows then, because he's just an adult idiot, and it's the funniest. Interesting. Yeah, I think Paul Walter Hauser is like one of the best actors of our generation. He's so good.
I gotta see what else he's in.
Blackbird on Apple TV Plus, one of the best shows I've seen. He's amazing in that. He plays another true guy. He plays the guy who was wrongly accused of the Atlanta Olympic bombing. He plays that guy in a really good movie with Sam Rockwell. And he's in a couple other things that I really like too, but those are the ones that stand out right now. What were you going to say, Nate?
I was going to say that I liked him in this movie a lot. I see his face and I have a positive impression of him. I couldn't remember everything I'd seen him in. I do think, I, Tonya, I thought he was good in that.
Plays
also playing kind of a loser, but
he's going to be in the upcoming Fantastic Four.
That's interesting to me. But yeah, I like him as an actor. I think your description is one of the best actors of our generation. Is just overselling.
That seems
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying this. If anyone else hears this, I'm so curious what that's gonna strike. It just strikes me as okay, I don't know about that.
Okay,
that might be going a little
to me,
far.
he's in the same
Shia LaBeouf
of our
him.
generation.
You say Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
Bitch Holes wasn't that good. I think he is on the same level as Sam Rockwell to me. Whereas you see them in a movie and you're like, damn, they should be in more stuff because they're really good. That's what I mean by that.
That I agree with, and that is just so different to me than best actor of our generation.
He should be. He should be known as that. That's what I think. He's that kind of actor.
That sounds to me like underrated is what you're describing.
Yeah,
I agree that he's underrated potentially.
All right,
it's so different.
I'm glad we agree.
Potentially underrated. Best actor of the generation.
100%. One of,
All right.
first off. Name 5 others.
We-
Okay. Leo, sure. Can't even name 3 more.
Okay, you can't use this as a point against us.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
just irresponsible.
Just because none of the Avengers cast counts doesn't mean Colin Farrell. Sure, I'll give you that one.
Despite being down on the Avengers, I will absolutely put much of the Avengers cast above it, like as high people as like great actors of our generation.
As Paul Walter Hauser.
Robert Downey Jr. I mean,
Yeah,
the strongest argument you make is he's not really in our generation.
Chris Evans.
That's the best argument you can make against that.
Chris Evans is okay. Chris Evans is okay. Chris Hemsworth is okay.
Mark Ruffalo,
Hemsworth.
not
Ruffalo's
really
good.
MCU at all. Outside of the MCU, I love Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo's good.
Yeah. And the only one that I really don't, ScarJo, absolutely.
Yeah, she's good. She's
the only one I really don't put is
Cumberbatch.
Chris Hemsworth, but just because like he doesn't do any prestige stuff, he just does goofy shit.
Yeah.
No, okay.
He probably does, but I haven't seen it.
You have not seen Furiosa.
Oh, that's true.
Holy shit! No, he is so good in that.
Prestige.
Look, we're already like we're talking about a list just out of Avengers.
None of them are above Paul Walter Hauser, and I think they would tell you that.
Oh my god!
I think they would tell you that. RDJ maybe.
I don't think RDJ would at all.
No, RDJ I think is above him, but the others aren't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would say I don't think he is, and I don't think he would say it.
ScarJo might be, but no, I think Paul Walter
ScarJo might be my favorite.
I
think Hemsworth is, and if that seems crazy to you, then it's a sign that you haven't seen Furiosa.
I believe you.
I mean, Australians are great.
It.
Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's better than every other actor in the Avengers. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh,
past Paul Walter Hauser. You just
So this is what you should know about this movie. It's an hour and a half.
Shit, Sam Rockwell's not. He's not in the
he is.
Avengers, but he's in plenty of the MCU.
He's in the MCU. Yeah, he's better than.
Yeah.
He's probably better than Paul Walter. That's a tough one.
I wanted to watch Ben just sit here in silence and watch Ben talk himself out of it.
Okay.
Like 10 more actors above him.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of actors that are alive right now.
Jesus, that's so stressful.
Is it?
This is only because I'd want to research it. It's not something where I can rattle off. I'd want to look it up.
I feel like you.
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Again, the strongest thing is our like what they're all in older than us.
Yeah, but
Paul
we like grew up watching their movies.
But like,
that's
oh yeah, then absolutely.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt for sure.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
Just he's in everything, and everything he does is fun, even though he's insane. Like I can't wait for Mission Impossible. I'm gonna watch it in next week. I think
I saw like a clip of him saying, or a quote of him saying, he's gonna be doing Mission Impossible when he's 100.
Yeah, he's insane.
This
is the last.
He just won't stop.
He's gonna do movies till he's 100. This is the last Mission Impossible. So it's the final reckoning.
Okay. Oh, but have they said that before?
No. This one is literally calling back to every other Mission Impossible.
Just like the insurance.
Okay, and I remember when they came out
literally
with
losing money
Final
on these
Destination.
movies.
Final Destination is out right now too.
I was so mad when you said that was a movie to be excited for in the weekly lineup.
It's such a good premise. Death follows
Bloodlines?
You. It was such a good premise for the first movie.
What, have you seen 8 of them and now you're over it?
I've only seen 2 because I was over it.
I've seen about 2, and I think that's about the right number. Although I hear Bloodlines is good.
The trailer is so cool. The way that they set up all the kills and stuff. That's just the fun part.
It's the same.
This time it was with a lawnmower. Idiot.
Literally, the way they write these movies is they get people in a pitch room and they pitch ways to kill someone in elaborate ways until they come up with 8 ones they haven't done yet, and that's it. They're like, done. We're done. We wrote it in a day. We'll film it in a week.
It's all the people who were at the Saw writers' room but weren't fucked up enough. And they're like, nah, you should go to the Final Destination one.
No, yeah, we're more coincidence deaths. That's our wheelhouse.
Are you the gadget death guy?
When you break a glass, you 86 the ice.
100% of the time.
So that's.
I think Nate's
implausible. Do they try to recover a drink?
It's in the trailer. They just leave it.
Yeah, I don't make it 3 seconds into that trailer. I have no interest in Final Destination.
Yeah, they break a glass on the bar, and then some of it falls into the ice, and then later it shows the bartender scooping the ice into the blender.
all this makes me want to die. That's all it does.
It's tension. You're just ratcheting tension, and then
Yeah.
it kills. They kill you in some way you didn't see
have
coming.
enough heart problems in my life.
Whatever. All that red meat you're eating.
It's like drink whiskey.
Oh yeah, okay, that'll do it. That is a glass.
Wow, you're not drinking whiskey right now, are you?
It's a 7 and 7. It's whiskey
Okay.
and ginger ale.
Well, that's a big cup.
I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got a big thirst.
I don't want to have to get up in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to have to stop rattling off all these facts about Mission Impossible. I watched all the Mission.
Don't want to stop naming Avengers actors better than Paul Walter Hauser.
All right, Samuel L. Jackson, Sam Rockwell, Robert Downey Jr., maybe Scarlett Johansson. That's where you stop.
Paul Rudd.
Renner.
I don't think Paul Rudd has the dramatic chops.
I didn't give you Renner.
Renner should be, but he's not for me.
That was said as a joke.
I mean,
I will not defend it.
He's really good in Hurt Locker. He's really good in Wind River. Is that the other one he's in? But he also has an app where he sings, and I don't want. No, pass.
Sad.
So Paul Walter Hauser,
yeah,
plays Michael.
I mean, honestly, do you think this discussion is more exciting than what we were just having for our audience?
But we need to at some point.
We need to go through the movie.
It's 12 minutes. We're gonna spend 12 minutes on it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's a cool story.
It's a great story. I didn't know it. So here, I watched September 5th a couple months ago too. It's a similar feel, but way different story. It's a true story about the Israeli hostage crisis at the Olympics in Berlin in the 80s. And it happens like during a live broadcast with CBS or somebody, maybe NBC or ABC. I can't remember. I think ABC. And it's like in the control room.
So curious what the link you were drawing between these two was.
It's the TV station.
Yeah,
it's the TV people there to cover the Olympics, covering this news story and how that looked in the background and like how they reacted to it and all that stuff. And it was similar to see it here of like how do the producers of the show react to someone figuring out how their game works. So
yeah,
that was interesting. But I thought September 5 was a way more compelling story, obviously, because it's crazy and the true story is even crazier. And this one, they had to add like a whole B story that doesn't actually exist, which I think is fine for the movie, but was weird. The whole like he had a restraining order against a guy.
Yeah, the thing with his family,
really?
and
because they added this in as like a way to screw him up. That's not. We
not
don't
real.
think that's real.
No, that's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they try to mess with him?
I don't see.
Should we describe the plot of the movie real quick? Because we can do it in a few sentences.
All right, let me do the movie game first. So the game Press Your Luck is a board, it's a square with a bunch of tiles, and the lights change around the tiles. And some of them are money, some of them are trips, some of them are whammies. If you hit a whammy, you lose all your money. If you hit money, you get your money, and you get to keep going if you want. And you play trivia to get so many spins. So what this guy figures out is there are certain orders that the lights go in, and he figured out how to game it, so he knew where the order would be, and bam, all right, I'm not going to hit a whammy if I hit it right now. And the guy who made the game is in the background. He's like, oh yeah, we had 5 different ways the lights could go. It's like, you only made 5 patterns. That's true too.
I think probably my favorite part of this movie. I mean, it makes sense. How else could someone game it? Because this didn't really happen. Like, he just memorized the 5 patterns.
Yeah.
Possibly my favorite bit in the movie was like the 6 or 7 different people who were like, "You only have 5 patterns." It's like the disbelief. They're like, Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, he is actually from Lebanon, Ohio. Twice divorced. He won that exact amount of money, $110,000, which is like $300,000 now, and it was the most ever won by any game show contestant up to that point in the U.S.
That's nuts.
Ed Long got $11,000 from his previous episode. Well, Jeannie left with nothing.
Yeah,
I'd be so pissed.
They found no evidence of malfeasance or cheating, even though they tried to not give him his money back. They said he was just smarter than CBS, and they mailed him a check after that. He was not able to return to the show though, because he exceeded the network limit of $25,000. So
Well, that was
would be weird if they let him come back.
yeah.
Well, because it's kind of like a Jeopardy thing. If you're the previous day's champion, you get to come back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so he just wasn't allowed to come back because, just network rules. 25K is the cap.
They have tried to do this movie before. It was in the works in 2000, starring Bill Murray, produced by Nick Cage. That fell through though.
Would have been a very different movie.
This time it was Paul Walter Hauser.
I will
The
give it to
patterns.
Paul Walter Hauser. Like he just disappears into this role.
Yeah.
Bill
Murray,
I didn't
though.
recognize him when I saw the clip. Bill Murray would be cracking jokes. It'd be very strange.
It would be, yeah.
Well, and
that is not the personality. Bill Murray does not play this person.
No, I don't think so.
Ever. He's never done
Maybe
it.
Lost in
yeah,
Translation.
and,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Bill
I
Murray
haven't
has to be
seen
too
footage of the
fucking
actual
cool. He's the
guy.
least cool leading man.
Yeah. What were you saying,
Did
Jake?
have you seen footage of the actual guy?
Yeah, it was at the end of the
They
movie.
played a clip at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I know, but I was watching it on Amazon, and Amazon
Oh yeah, I hit.
It auto started playing a different movie.
Yeah, I hit watch the credits on that. Yeah.
So did he? Is this how this guy was?
I think.
He had a little more charisma, I would say.
He was honestly like a little cheerier and a little less angsty.
Yeah, because
he didn't.
He wasn't trying to call his kid on her birthday and get his wife back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's playing it with the story like a little more troubled. Like the guy just seems like a goofy, happy guy.
Yeah.
Like the clip is of him. They're like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "I'm a air conditioning repairman, and I drive an ice cream truck in the summer, but I'm not going to be doing it this summer." Like it's just giggling. He literally giggles.
Yeah. He's a lot
so
more
he's just a cheery little dork
with it.
Yeah.
Another standout in this movie is Walton Goggins as the game show host. I thought he did really good. I always love me some Walton.
Everything this year.
Honestly.
Yeah.
He's great.
It's the year of Walton, and I'm here for it. Baby Billy.
Have you seen the SNL? Have you seen the SNL clips with Goggins?
I haven't watched those yet. No. I just watched ScarJo's yesterday.
Well, after this, we have to watch the Mother's Day.
Okay.
Mother's Day,
Oh, I have seen bits of that. Yeah.
My number one recommendation for the episode.
That one was really funny.
He's Cecil and Invincible.
I did see that. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Wait, Walton Goggins is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't that aware of him before Fallout, but I feel like he's just in a ton of stuff this year.
You should check out Vice Principals. It's him and Danny McBride on HBO. I can say it again. He's on HBO, and their vice principals trying to get their principal kicked out. And Walton Goggins just plays this sassy dickhead, and it's incredible.
Nice.
So yeah, the movie's all about how Michael Larson gets his way in. We start with him trying to get on the movie or on the show. He kind of tricks his way in, and then the producer likes him and decides to bring him in anyway. And he's just like a fish out of water kind of situation. He's the bright lights and all this, and his wife, who we find out is actually getting a divorce from him, is home with their daughter, who is having a birthday that day, which I think that was true. I think it was her birthday that day.
Yeah, it was.
And he keeps trying to call, and nobody's answering. And when she does answer, she's very not wanting to talk to him. As he's winning, they're trying to dig dirt on him, and they find out that he has a restraining order from somebody. I did like one nice touch early on. He was wearing a bow tie, and they switched him to a normal tie. And then we find out later on the person that his wife ended up with does wear a bow tie, and that's why he wanted to wear the bow tie, because he wanted to be more like him. That's kind of sad. Nice little sad man. It's very sad man. Sad man wins, So he goes on to win, and they try to mess with him the whole time. At one point, they call his wife and have his wife on the phone for the audience to hear, and it's just this sad,
that was fucked up.
Quit trying.
That was brutal. Stop
talking to me. I don't want to see you on the TV. And all he wanted was, he picked a show that would be on TV while his daughter's eating breakfast, because he knew that that would be on. And at the end of the movie, you see his daughter and his wife eating breakfast as the show starts, and the guy who is with his wife now turns it off and says, "We're gonna go to school." and she doesn't even get to see it. But the wife turns it back on, so that's kind of cool. That was the whole movie. You saw it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's like it's fun right in the middle when the producers realize what's going on and like are freaking out.
Yeah.
I think it's really the most entertaining part is in that in the camera or the monitor room.
Yep.
When they're like trying to figure out what to do and freaking out.
Can we give him this money? Is he cheating? Can we get him off? You know, do we just turn it? Do we just
Yeah.
not air this episode? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to find the name of the actor. I liked the like studio exec who came in and just was like giving him shit.
oh, Damien Young.
A sarcastic dick.
Damien Young is
probably
awesome. He's in
Damien Young. Yeah.
a bunch of like political shows as like an operative, like a political operative.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'd recognize his face immediately.
Yep.
But yeah, that was I like that role too. You're right. He was really good.
I was pumped to see Maisie Williams.
Yeah.
She played like a studio assistant named Sylvia. Pretty small role, honestly, not really necessary, but she was nice. You know?
All I could see was Arya.
Yeah.
Arya.
I mean, tough to get away from it.
Yeah, true. What would have made this movie better?
I think it was too pitiable. I think he was too awkward and the scenarios were too cringy and so it was almost hard to I wasn't always rooting for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah. I think you're right. I think he was like just this pity party, but also he was like, you felt like he was scheming. Like when he called the first time, I didn't think he was actually calling his wife.
Yeah, and I think that was a choice. They wanted to keep the audience guessing. Okay, is he cheating or is he not?
Right. Yeah, that's fair. So they could have come out right away and showed like basically what he did was he taped the show every day, watched it, and figured out the patterns, and then just knew how to do it from that. I don't know if this movie is better or worse if you know that from the beginning. I think it's better, honestly, if you know that from the beginning. Like if we start with him in the ice cream truck watching the show, taping it, and like practicing or something, I think that might be better.
Yeah, because he spent his money, got a nice VCR.
Yeah.
They even like reference it in this movie, and he practiced by watching tapings and pausing it to try and get his timings right.
Smart.
And he messed up on his first go because he wasn't used to the delay on the buzzer. He was used to the delay on his VCR.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a whammy on that first one, but he said it let him calibrate and adjust for the remaining ones.
Crazy.
Yeah, like if he actually talked about that, I don't know. I don't know exactly how you would do it. Like this isn't like a movie where I'm just like, this was bad, they should have got rid of this. But like if they would have gotten more into how he did it.
Yeah.
And because like they really don't talk about it at all. They're just like, he memorized the patterns. Like, sure, that's true, but like not anyone can do that. That's not it. Like he's a special kind of person.
Yeah. There's a reason no one else did it until then.
Yeah, like, and they even say that like anyone can memorize 5 patterns. I'm like, yes, they should have had more than 5 patterns. When he said like we didn't have the budget, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
he said that, and I'm like, is somebody gonna call that out? But that makes no sense.
That was true though. That was why they only had 5.
But that doesn't make. I mean, I don't know enough about like
the
technology in the 80s.
More patterns has to be trivial.
Probably, but
like
you're giving away money.
40 random ones without thinking about it at all, and switch it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, like they make it sound like it's not that crazy, but like it's pretty crazy. So it'd be interesting to see him like figuring it out.
Yeah, I feel like this movie would have been better if it was like a 45-minute documentary where we saw Paul Walter Hauser as the guy and also had like the voiceover of the guy explaining like what happened. Like Band of Brothers did back in the day.
So they mentioned this, I think, in the film too, but they, after his run, they added more patterns. They added 29 more patterns. He issued a challenge to them saying that he's ready to come back and do it again.
Oh, that's awesome.
But they ignored it.
That's great.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Now they give away $1 million to anybody, basically. crazy.
I was gonna say when you said it was the highest at the time, and then you know, inflation adjusted it to 300 grand. I was like, wow, game shows have changed.
I know.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's been much
you can
different.
win more than that just picking briefcases.
Single day record for shows in daytime television is still Michael Larson on Press Your Luck. Daytime.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that would be
okay.
like Price is Right.
Yeah, not
Jeopardy, I
like
guess, would probably be in there. Not like Survivor.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Somebody on the 35th season of Price is Right won $147,000. And then in 2013, 170,000 was the top on that, and then the total top is 212,000. So that's technically the new daytime record, but 262 is technically, but with inflation, Homeboy's still first. Overall winnings, I mean, Ken, I think, is number one.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm sure he has to be.
David Gannott, Deal or No Deal Island, won $5.8 million.
Deal or No Deal
Spoiler,
Island.
March 25th that came out. So yeah, he won $5.8 million. Ken Jennings won $5.3 million. Brad Rutter, another Jeopardy guy, 5.2. Holzhauer, 3.8. Couple more Jeopardy. Yeah. 8 of the top 10 are Jeopardy.
In this movie, they talk about his past as like a Ponzi scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And that is true, but it was after the game shows.
Oh, interesting. So he was a get-rich-quick guy.
Yeah, actually, one biographer who wrote about him said that ironically, him going to that game show was the only honest day's work in his life.
Yeah, he had something where you like open bank accounts and they give you like a $500 bonus or $50 bonus, and they close them immediately. And he like opened them under different names, and like he like hired himself under his own name, but like hired by his family member, and then he got fired, so he got like unemployment off of that. Yeah.
See, that's a way more interesting movie.
That's Catch Me If You Can again.
Him, like,
yeah,
but like the low rent version of it, like, it'd be so fun to like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know, who's the low rent Leo DiCaprio? Paul Walter Hauser.
No, he's the low rent Zach Galifianakis.
Whoa.
Oh, shots fired.
And then he died at the age of 50 of throat cancer.
Yikes. But he quit smoking, so good for him.
That's just, yeah, that sounds super interesting, honestly. Like, con man goes on and wins game show.
Yeah.
Like, that's super interesting.
That's what we got, kind of. We got the game show part.
Yeah, but like they really didn't lean into. I did not come away with this knowing he was a con man. Yeah. I heard him talk, like, they threw in the thing about the bank thing. They looked in his van. I feel like they cut stuff out because they looked in his van and saw the different license plates, like all that. I just assumed that was to trick his way into this game show, not that he was like a serial con man.
Right. You know, some people are different. How many whammies out of 10 do you give this movie?
Wait, whammies are bad.
Nah, no. But we're going to say good.
All right.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I have it as my, I believe, lowest rated 6 so far this year.
I think 6 is fair. I think it's a good 6.
I have it below Boy Kills World, Let's Start a Cult, Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me, and Smile 2 are my other 6s. It is last in that list.
Smile 2 being disrespected with a 6.
It was fine.
Do what you got to do. Yeah, I agree with 6. Just like it's not a bad movie. It's just like not super mind blowing either.
Yeah. It's a fun watch. It's not super deep. It's not.
I don't.
It's
ever feel like I have to watch it again.
Yeah, I agree.
But if it's on TV and someone I'm with hasn't watched it, I'll be like, oh yeah, check it out. It's a cool story.
And I do think I had more fun looking him up afterwards than I had watching.
It is an interesting story. Like, not knowing the details, I did know this story roughly. And it's just, it's super fun.
Yeah, agreed. Well, that was Luckiest Man in America. Did we miss anything you all want to talk about? Take that as a no from Nate's heavy sigh. Jesus.
I'm thinking.
I
I was
don't
like,
think so.
something about the creepy whammy guy, but
Nah.
I love when he had a conversation with me. He just went, eh?
I did think that they were going to try and not pay him on account of him doing phone calls.
Yeah, I did too.
Mm,
Especially because they took the time to point out that
they said it was a
it's
rule.
that it's like network standards and protocol that you
And
can't do phone calls. So I thought they
That's
were
the thing,
gonna
too, like,
use that to
in
get
real
out of
life,
paying him.
they tried to withhold the money from him.
They
He,
did.
like, had to sue them or something.
well, they
No,
said
he didn't
make
have to
big
sue
things
them.
about
It was just
He
the
just
network themselves like kind of ran their own investigation and then they decided, all right,
he didn't cheat.
yep, he won.
We just
Alright.
were stupid. So yeah, that's Luckiest Man in America. Now streaming on demand. Game time. We're gonna play a game called No Whammies. Why is it called No Whammies? Because there's a chance you get a movie none of us have ever heard of before.
I read your description. I'm so mad, Ben.
Boop 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 boop
I'm
boop boop boop
so
boop
mad.
boop boop.
I'm gonna give you a number from 1 to 2, or you give me a number. Sorry, from 1 to
I
250.
called Ben's. I'll let you describe the game real quick.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it, thank
How
you.
generous.
Yeah, you give me a number.
Hey
from,
everybody.
You give me a number from 1 to 250. I give you 3 hints: the director, the top 3 actors, and a description. If you get the movie right, you get as many points as whatever number you chose. If you get it wrong, you lose that many points. Nate, what's your gripe?
I think that Ben's playing a metagame called Invent the Anti-Game.
Yeah.
You're like, how can I remove the possibility for strategy or thought?
Yes. Because it's you two, and you two always do some
Yeah.
game theory bullshit.
It
Yeah,
is
you're like-
every week a battle of figuring out and gaming the rules.
Yes.
No, Ben's like, these motherfuckers are gonna try to game and strategize. I'm gonna make it impossible.
100%.
Like you literally just said you're throwing in movies we might have never heard of.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to pick our point value, Ben?
Well, you'll find
I
out soon
assume
enough.
we pick a number and he just goes off the IMDb top
250. 100%.
and so we can get an easy point or 10 points by picking the top 10 movie of all time, which we'll probably get.
Yep.
Or we can roll the dice and go for 200. Which
Yeah. Did you get the
who
Dark
knows
Knight, or did you
what's
get
down there? Yeah.
some French thing?
That makes sense. You
Yeah.
did not specify that, Ben.
Yeah, because I
Should
don't.
be obvious from the point totals
is.
being from 1 to 2.
But
It's
also-
not. I would absolutely not put it past Ben to just pick a random fucking movie out of the 250 for each, no matter what number we
I
say.
thought about it. No, I wanted to.
But then why wouldn't we always pick 250?
Yeah, and or you would just.
I was trying to avoid this, and we're still arguing hypothetical rules.
I already thought about the meta strategy, and I was like, I'm gonna go 250, hope I get it, and then just do 1 for the rest of the time. If I don't get it, I'm fucked.
Great. There you go. Look, you already figured it out. This is why
But
the
no,
game
it-
sucks.
There is actually strategy if you're actually gonna pick from the based on our ranking.
I am. Yeah. Just don't look it up.
I won't look it up, but like if you would have said that, that would have made it a game.
Oh,
Is
okay.
my point.
Okay. Well, that's what we're doing. I just want you to not
It's
look it
a
up
game.
ahead of time. The
Oh, I'm
3
sorry.
minutes before
Good
the
game.
podcast started.
Yeah, feel free to edit this out.
I'm not. Jake, go ahead and give me a number.
230.
230.
God damn, old.
We dig ourselves in
230.
an early grave.
Ooh, this is not a whammy.
All right.
The director is Robert Wise.
Doesn't help.
Not gonna help.
Doesn't help.
Top 3 actors are Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer, and Eleanor Parker.
Doesn't help.
A young novice is sent by her convent in 1930s Austria to become a governess to the 7 children of a widowed naval officer. It's a musical.
Oh.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay, keep going.
That's it. That's your 3.
That's all
Okay.
you get. And if you don't get it off that, then it's Jake.
Is that the Sound of Music?
That sure is the Sound of Music. 230 to Jake.
If you'd have just stopped before 7 children,
See how you
you might
didn't?
have gotten away with it.
See how it's fun because you didn't hit a whammy? That's crazy.
That is fun. Well, it's really fun because I rolled the dice with 230. Now Nate has to respond.
Forcing me to have to go high.
If Nate misses, I'm going 1,
Yeah,
2.
I would.
200.
200, Nate? All right. Let's see what you get.
No, wait. 150. 150.
Oh, this guy. Switching it up. 150. For you, this might be a whammy. We'll see. Oh, yeah, it definitely is. Okay. Directed by Clint Eastwood.
I know it.
Fuck.
The top cast is Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, and Morgan Freeman. The description is retired Old West gunslinger Will Money reluctantly takes on one last job to avenge an injustice with the help of his old partner and newer outlaw known simply as the Schofield Kid. I'll give you more. It came out in 1992. It's 2 hours, 10 minutes, and it's a Western.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd call that a
don't even know what
whammy, Nate.
That is a whammy.
Minus 150. That was Unforgiven from 1992. So close. What was the one you said earlier? You said what? What was the other one you said?
I said 200, I think. Don't do it. I might still use it.
I know. I'm just looking to see what it was for my own good. Okay. Jake?
1.
1. I think you're going to get this without me saying anything.
2 Towers.
No. It's not Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. That's not even in the top 100, I don't think. Director, Frank Darabont. Actors, Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, Bob Gunton. Description. A banker convicted of uxoricide forms a friendship over a quarter century with a hardened convict while maintaining his innocence and trying to remain hopeful through simple compassion.
Shawshank Redemption.
Nailed it. 231.
What was the side? The word for killing your wife?
Uxoricide? Is that what it is?
Never heard that.
Oh yeah, killing one's wife. Uxoricide.
Interesting that they chose to do that instead of just saying for murdering his wife.
I know. Nerds. Stephen King needed his word count to look good. Yeah. All right, Nate, you're down by a lot. What are you going to go for?
I mean, it's 250 or we give up.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
250. Boy, this is certainly a whammy.
Shit.
Directed by Sriram Raghavan. Top actors are Ayushman Khurrana, Tabu, and Radhika Apte. A series of mysterious events change the life of a blind pianist who must now report a crime that he should technically know nothing of. It's not
that movie kind of sounds sick.
It's from 2018.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
The Soloist.
Boy, that's close. It's called Andadun. And you now have minus 400. Way to go. Jake.
2.
Who would have guessed?
How many rounds are we doing?
I don't know. Till Nate cries. Number 2, directed by
249, 248.
Directed by
I got time.
Whoever hits minus or plus 1,000 first. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Actors are Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, James Caan. The aging patriarch.
It's gonna be funny when I get the whatever one it is wrong.
The aging patriarch of an organized crime dynasty transfers control of his clandestine empire to his reluctant son. Which one?
I'm gonna say 2. Godfather 2.
It is just The Godfather. I don't think Brando's in the second one. But good guess.
I don't know.
2 points. You're down to 229 to minus 400.
Coming for you.
Yep, look out. All right, Nate, give me a number. Let's hope it's not a whammy.
200.
200. It's a whammy. I'll give you an extra hint. It came out in 1925, directed by Charlie Chaplin, starring Charlie Chaplin, Max Swain, and Tom Murray.
Yeah.
A prospector goes to the Klondike during the 1890s gold rush in hopes of making his fortune, and is smitten with a girl he sees in a dance hall. What movie is that, Nate?
The Prospector.
It's actually the Gold Rush.
Damn it!
Thanks for giving me
That
easy
was
math,
the other
though.
guess.
9 minus 600 instead of to 229. All right, Jake.
Nice. 17.
17. Lucky 17.
See how I'm really risking it all here, Nate?
Ooh. All right.
Back to 246.
Directed by Martin
0 points.
Scorsese. Starring Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci. Description: the story of Henry Hill and his life in the mafia, covering his relationship with his wife Karen and his mob partners Jimmy Conaway and Tommy DeVito.
I don't know. I don't know any De Niro mob movies.
The Goodfellas.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
212 they're down to.
I just realized, before I say this, we're committed. Plus 1,000, minus 1,000.
No, it's just whenever I'm done with it. All right, Nate, what's your number?
I hate you, Ben. I was gonna say, if you get to 1,000, then I could just start playing some low hundreds.
Yeah, I know.
And catch up, and Jake would have to go big, or I'd actually catch up with him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, that's just when the game's over. You still lose, but the game stops playing at minus 1,000.
No, but I'm saying I can.
You would still lose.
I could just play like 80s, 90s, and I'll eventually catch up if Jake doesn't go for a bigger move.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'll take 75.
75, he says.
It would have been better if I realized this 2 times ago.
There's still whammies in the.
Yeah, this one is not a whammy.
Yeah, where's my fucking 230?
All right.
I knew the sound of music.
Here's your 230, Nate.
That's the real win is Jake pulling 230 on his first try.
Let me just
being lucky.
Let me just give you the first sentence of the description. After the devastating events of Avengers Infinity War. And Nate, what's the movie?
Avengers Endgame.
There you go. Good job, buddy.
Okay, he just knew which one that was.
I'm coming for you.
Minus
5. Yeah, I know where all the MCU movies are now.
77 is actually Iron Man 2. All right, Jake.
I don't, but actually, knowing that that's 75, I'm gonna start guessing around there because I bet a lot of MCU movies.
You'd be shocked.
I'm gonna say 8.
8. The hateful 8. 8 is enough. There we go.
This isn't a joke, Jake. I'm coming for you.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring John Travolta, Uma Thurman, and Samuel L. Jackson. The lives of 2 mob hitmen, a boxer, a gangster, and his wife, and a pair of diner bandits intertwined in 4 tales of violence and redemption.
I'm gonna be so mad if I lose to Jake over this. This is so frustrating.
They do the dance movie. They talk about the Royale with cheese.
The whole plot.
Nailed it, dude. I almost didn't give you the description because I thought it was too easy.
As soon as you started the description, I mean, yeah, like I know the movie. The question is, can I come up with the title?
That's true. That is the question in these games.
If we'd have been doing this 20 years ago, like there would have been the poster behind me on the wall.
It's not Scott, whatever his name is.
Oh.
I kept thinking of Scott Peterson, but that's the guy that allegedly murdered his wife.
It's not coming to me. And to piss Nate off.
Damn, Pulp Fiction.
Oh my god. It's funny because
the 8 points I catch up by.
I just read a Reddit thread today that was pissing me off because it was an unpopular opinion, and they said the only good Quentin Tarantino movie is Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
That was their unpopular opinion.
That's pissing me off just thinking about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a good. I mean, if the goal was to piss you off, then it was a good.
Nailed it. Glorious Bastards is amazing.
He's like he has other ones that are good, but that's the only one that's great.
That's crazy. All right, Nate, you hit a whammy again.
God damn it.
Directed by Vittorio De Sisa, starring Lamberto Maggiorani, Enzo Stiola, and Leonela Carel.
The description in French.
It's Italian, you dick.
It's Italian.
In post-war Italy, a working-class man's bicycle is stolen, endangering his efforts to find work. He is his son.
It is the most
Set
Italian
out to
movie
find
ever.
it. What's it called, Nate?
All right.
Ah.
For posterity, my real boring guess is The Cyclist, but my answer is going to be Where's My Bike?
You're close. It's The Bicycle Thief.
God damn it.
Both of
I've
these.
heard of that movie.
That's crazy.
I've heard of that
You have
goddamn
not.
movie.
You have not.
I've heard
of
of The Bicycle Thief, yes.
No, I think you've heard of The Book Thief. Or The Kite Thief. Is that one? What was that one? Whatever. You're already losing. It
Probably
doesn't
just
matter.
scrolling through IMDb.
Was it 150? What'd you guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
125.
125. Okay. 700. All right, Jake.
That is not correct.
Yeah, that's close enough. Was it 600?
3.
5. You're at 525, right?
50. Yeah, 650.
Oh, 650. Okay. I thought you said 6. All right. You said 3?
Yeah.
Number 3. Christopher Nolan. Christian Bale. Heath Ledger. That's all you're getting.
I can't remember if it's the first one. It's The Dark Knight.
Yep. You got it. Nailed it.
Okay.
207.
Did you see my option selector, Nate? Where I said The Dark Knight, and Ben would have looked at me, and that would have been my cue to say Rises.
Heath Ledger.
I
was
don't
dead.
care.
All right,
Yeah.
Nate. Which number
Yeah,
you gonna
my
pick?
6-point swing.
90.
90. Let's hope it's not a whammy. It's a
I don't care about
whammy.
distance until I'm +0.
It's a whammy.
God damn it.
Directed by Elim Klimov. Starring Alexei Kravchenko.
Flawless.
Olga Maranova. And Leo Bermias Lasuvius. After finding an old rifle, a young boy joins the Soviet resistance movement against ruthless German forces and experiences the horrors of World War II. The original title is Idi E. Smotri. That helps.
It does.
Okay, good. Do you know Russian? Because that's the title.
I don't.
Oh,
If
shoot.
only I'd learned Russian.
Man.
The Soldier Boy.
Ooh, come and see. So close. All right, Jake.
One of these times, this title's going to be the noun, and I'm going to get it.
I know. I doubt it, but sure.
10.
10. Good number. Is it a whammy? It might be for you. Directed by Sergio Leone.
Don't make that face. It's very fair.
I was going to say Pulp Fiction was a whammy for me.
Yeah. Well, this guy definitely inspired Tarantino. Sergio Leone, master of the spaghetti western.
Definitely a whammy for Jake.
Starring Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach, and Lee Van Cleef. A bounty hunting scam joins two men in an uneasy alliance against a third in a race to find a fortune in gold buried in a remote cemetery.
Good, the bad, and the ugly.
Damn, dude. He just made you look like a bitch, Nate.
It's called knowing your Clint Eastwood classics. You wouldn't
Clint.
get it.
Clint. Yeah, Nate. You missed yours. Try again, Nate. What's your number?
Wait. I already did 250, right?
You did.
240. I'm just trying to keep the math easy.
240. Thank you.
For bed.
Boy, you hit another whammy. That's crazy.
God damn it.
Directed by
Why
Park.
are all the 10s whammies?
Directed
Come on.
by-
230 wasn't.
That's
Yeah.
true. Directed by Park Chan-wook. Starring Kim Min-hee, Ha Jung-woo, and Cho Jin-woong. In 1930s Korea, a girl is hired as a handmaiden to a Japanese heiress who lives in a secluded life on a countryside estate, but the maid has a secret. She is a pickpocket recruited by a swindler to help seduce the lady and steal her fortune. What is this movie called? The original title is Agassi. Gassy.
Agassi 2.
Electric Toodaloo.
The Handmaiden.
Nate, you nailed it. It's The Handmaiden.
Yes!
I knew that was gonna happen one time. That's awesome. You're only minus 500 now.
That's why I kept guessing it. I was like, it's gonna happen one of the times.
Way to go.
I knew that one was The Handmaiden just because I've heard of a movie called The Handmaiden, and so when you said A Handmaiden, I was like, I bet that's The Handmaiden.
Nice. All right. Well, Nate said you got one.
Also, the Chinese title did help because I was like, okay, that actually sounds like the noun.
First off, it's Korean. Second off.
It sounded Korean. It sounded like 2 words.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, this is the last
If you
round.
said a long string, I'd have been like, well, fuck.
This is the last round. Because Nate
What?
finally got one. Yeah.
It's impossible. All right.
We've done so many rounds.
Yeah, Nate, you had a lot of chances.
I'm gonna
All right,
say,
be sporting. Oh no, there's too big of a difference.
yeah,
It's
there's
not even possible.
yeah,
Yeah.
197.
197.
Watch it be a fucking slam dunk.
197. Ooh, that's a whammy.
Aw.
Directed by Jim Sheridan, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Pete Postlewaite, and Allison Crosby. Not a good sign when the third bill doesn't have a picture.
Wait.
Pete Postlewaite. An Irishman's coerced confession to an IRA bombing he did not commit results in the imprisonment of his father as well. Meanwhile, a British lawyer fights to clear their names and free them. What is that movie?
Billy Elliot.
The Irishman.
Damn, that's close. It's actually in the name of the Father. And of the Son.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son. And of the Holy Spirit. All right, so you lost 197, so you're down to 10? No, 20.
I don't know. I was just trying to stay positive still at the end.
You nailed it. Nate, what do you want?
5.
5? Pussy.
I just want to get one.
No. Hang on. If I give you one and you get it right, we'll let you win.
What?
Yeah. Now give me another number. 5's too easy.
Special.
It have to be a number in the 200s.
I've been on the other side of these deals before.
So if I guess in the 200s and I get it right, I win.
Yeah.
All right, 201.
201. Boy, you hit a whammy.
God damn it.
Directed by Buster
Is
Keaton.
it the noun?
Nope. Buster Keaton from
Damn it.
1924. Starring Buster Keaton, Catherine McGuire, and Joe Keaton. A film projectionist longs to be a detective and puts his meager skills to work when he is framed by a rival for stealing his girlfriend's father's pocket watch.
Say it one more time.
Oh, do you think you got it?
No, I'm trying to come up with what a clever name would be.
Sure. A film projectionist longs to be a detective and puts his meager skills to work when he is framed by a rival for stealing his girlfriend's father's pocket watch.
Yeah. Film noir.
Ooh, Sherlock Jr.
That's a funny name.
It is.
That's a funny name.
Do you want to hear some of the movies you were very close to also picking?
Sure.
So 200 was The Gold Rush, 201 was Sherlock Jr., 202 was Jaws, 205 Ford vs. Ferrari, 208 Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 211 Logan,
Nope.
212 Rocky, 215 Spotlight, 216 Big Lebowski, 218 Terminator, 220 Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, I should have kept going with 10.
I had like a 50-50 chance.
I know.
And I fucked it up.
232 The Wizard of Oz, 233 The Incredibles, 235 Rush. You wouldn't have got that. 239 The Iron Giant, 245 Into the Wild.
Yeah. All right, man, like a 30% chance, but still a good chance.
I know. That's crazy. You still lost.
Damn. It's crazy that 230 was The Sound of Music.
Before we go,
Right off the bat.
let's look at some Letterboxd reviews for The Luckiest Man in America. They're not even that good.
I mean, you can only be so clever.
Yeah, they're not that good. Okay, we're not going to do it. Paul Walter Hauser is one of the best to ever do it. The wigs in this are horrendous. I love it. Cool. something about Johnny Knoxville too. Johnny Knoxville was in it. I thought he was good. That was a cool little thing. Anyway,
It was an interesting scene.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting to it.
Thanks for listening to our
I
episode.
don't think that happened.
He was on Good Morning America, actually, so kind of did.
Interesting.
Thanks for listening to our episode today. I'd like to thank my guests, Nate and Jake, for joining us as always. If you're new here, you can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts. If you do listen on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. If you're watching us, hey, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@RumandCinema. We might be coming out with a newsletter soon, so you can sign up for that too. As always, we're going to leave you with what to watch next.
News to me.
I am recommending a reality TV show, The Amazing Race. Unbelievably fun. I watched it a bunch as a kid and fell off, and I'm back 100%. Just the last season just finished. It is so fun. I love it. It's
the last or the most recent season.
The most recent season just ended, and it's a blast. I love it. The Amazing Race, Paramount Plus. Check it out.
I'm gonna say I'm only a couple episodes into the season, which actually just wrapped up. But The Last of Us season 2, shaping up to be killer. They got season 3 confirmed.
Yep.
I believe after season 3, though, they're gonna run out of source material from the games. So,
true.
Not sure what they're gonna do after that.
Nice. But you like it so far? I've not seen an episode. It's like one of those shows that I remember is a show, and I remember liking it, but I can't get myself to start it.
Yeah. So far,
you watched season 1, or are you saying you remember the game?
I watched season 1. I didn't play the game.
Okay. Yeah, season 2 is good.
Okay.
I mean, give it a couple episodes at least.
Yeah, I know something big happens early on.
As soon as you start it, you're gonna be back into it.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good choice though. HBO Max, Last of Us. Nate.
My recommendation is a whole streaming service.
Oh God.
I subscribe to Dropout TV. Finally.
Nice.
So if you watch YouTube at all and you see clips of Game Changers, Make Some Noise, all those clips, they're obviously fun. And
that for the longest time I thought were all the same show.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Fun fact from watching the show, Game Changers was an episode, Make Some Noise was an episode of Game Changer, and they spun it off because it was so popular.
Damn.
Nice.
But yeah, anyway, obviously the clips are good and they're giving you the best parts. But I subscribed to it because I wanted to watch one thing in particular, and we started watching just Game Changer episodes, and they are legitimately really good all the way through.
Nice.
They're really fun to watch in context.
That's cool.
So we've just been watching everything on Dropout for the last week or two.
Nice.
And it's really good. I just watched a whole season of D20, which is their D&D campaigns.
Do they do?
It's really good.
Is that the one that does that same subscription service? They have the one where they give a PowerPoint presentation that's really weird, and then it's always really well done.
Yeah.
I love those.
I watched one of those. That was not the thing that pushed me over. One thing I almost did a month ago, because there was a really unhinged one, and in the comments they were like, "It only gets weirder from here."
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
I watched that episode. One of those episodes. I think that's called. What is it called? It's called Smarty Pants, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. Nice.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, they've got I don't know, at least 6 or 7 shows, and every episode of Game Changers is gold. It is the best part. Every episode of Game Changers has been incredible so far.
That's cool. Check out Dropout TV. Is it an app too? You have to download?
Yeah, it's got an app. It's even got an app on my smart TV. $6.99 a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's a good deal.
I did say they just raised the prices, but anyone who was already a subscriber did not get their price raise, which I thought was a really cool move by them. So
that is cool.
Tight.
I just missed the boat. Oh, sucks to be me.
Damn, dude. Well, Nate's gonna keep being him. Me and Jake are gonna keep being us, and you keep being you. Thanks for listening.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Enjoy your rum. Enjoy your cinema. We'll see you next time.